FARC Racing on OEN is brought to you by Hanmore Industries. When we're not killing our open-wheel drivers, we're killing our competition. This week, the FARC Modifieds, presented by Calvert Ignitions, will make a visit to Watkins Glen International because apparently nobody got the memo that these cars are not built to make right turns. 79-year-old Jeb Klinger was on pole for the 15-lap Sport Mod race. Ryan Baldwell started on the outside of the front row, and already we've got contact between David Bloom and Robert Prescott. Both those guys overshot the last turn, coming to the green flag. And into turn one. All clean, but Ryan Baldwell's gonna pinch Jeb Klinger down, kill his momentum, and Baldwell, the former FARC Elite Series champion, takes over the lead. And I guess I lied about it being all clean. Contact between Casey Black and Jackie Thompson sets off a massive crash. Cameron Sweetwater doing barrel rolls. And I saw Clay Cooper in the catch fence. All of a sudden, a big wad of cars starts converging on the left side wall. Cooper and Dale Underwood go flying, and Clay Cooper put a big hole in that catch fence. Here's what happened to Cameron Sweetwater. All of a sudden, Dale Underwood comes flying into her view, nowhere for the 90 to go, and Sweetwater was just along for the ride at that point. David Bloom comes to a stop on the inside. Bloom, fortunately, having the common sense to stop for an accident. That was a massive crash on the first lap of this race, but fortunately, no major medical concerns that we know about. Jeb Klinger hangs on to second place, but Ryan Baldwell is slipping away, and an impatient group of drivers starts forming behind him. Frank Zarro in the 59 for Gulf Motorsports gets past Jeb Klinger and sets his sights on Ryan Baldwell now. Frank Zarro looking very fast in that 2013 Farce car. Bobby Johnson and Jackie Thompson fighting for the all-important position of 12th, neither driver letting go, and that results in Bobby Johnson going for a wild ride. I gotta give them credit for a spirited battle, but that just ended embarrassingly for the both of them. Frank Zarro has now caught Ryan Baldwell, and he makes the dive for the race lead, but Zarro has to check up on the inside, and Ryan Baldwell is going to keep the lead for now. Baldwell has made a habit of pinching people down in turn one, but now Zarro's coming back after him, around the left side of the zero, out of the final corner. At the end of lap number 6, contact between the two of them. But Ryan Baldwell is ultimately going to have to surrender the lead to Frank Zarro in the 2013 car. Of course, very few of the regulations from the FAR series changed during the off-season. Jeb Klinger has been slipping back since the start of the race, and now he makes contact with Christopher Baldwin. Both of them into the wall, and out of the race goes your pole sitter and Christopher Baldwin. Miranda Lechleiter and Casey Campbell are trying to get around the 17 of Riker Haggard. Lechleiter tags the wall off the final corner, and then Casey Campbell turns her and Riker Haggard around. Miranda Lechleiter was running in third place and trying to hold off Casey Campbell, and now she loses several positions. In the meantime, Frank Zarro checks out from the rest of the field, and with no further competition, Zarro cruises to the win here at Watkins Glen. And just a few moments later would be the start of the Crown Modified race. Ashley Elliott on pole with Jamie Flock on her outside. Elliott and Flock duel into the first corner in this 25-lapper for the Crown Modifieds. Elliott cuts in front of Flock before the braking zone, but Elliott runs turn one a bit wide. Flock is right there. He cuts to the bottom. Jamie Flock, the Canadian and the winner of the season opener at USA International Speedway, is not messing around as he jumps into the lead. 3 wide for third place. Justin Parker washes up into Bobby Porto, sending the 15 around, and that almost wipes out Parker's teammate and car owner, Michael White. This was coming to the end of the first lap. Parker and Porto lose several positions, but they would keep going. Jamie Flock builds up a massive lead over Michael White in the opening laps. This really comes as no surprise. Jamie Flock specializes in road racing. In addition to pursuing the Modified Championship with Devin Rogers, he'll be running the road races in the FARC Elite Series with the Herzog Racing team. Contact between Jamie Hartley and Bobby Porto is going to put Hartley and Jeff Wilkins in the wall. Jamie Hartley and Jeff Wilkins are done for the day. Alex Carson catches Michael White for second place, but they get together out of turn one. Michael White kisses the tire barrier. He struggles to get back up to speed, but there doesn't seem to be too much damage to that Zero car. This is the second incident that Michael White's been involved in today. He was tagged by the spinning car of Bobby Porteau earlier. Alex Carson fared a little bit worse than Michael White. There does seem to be some significant damage to that 8 car. Carson is pretty well off the pace as Giuseppe Focasato dives in, makes it 3 wide for second. Contact between Ashley Elliott and Michael White. They're going to go into the wall. Ashley Elliott hit that wall pretty hard. And, oh no, not again. Another big pile-up today as the track is completely blocked. Dylan Stevens up on his side as Ashley Elliott rolled that car once. Ray Lawler, Cody Richards, among several others involved. And it looks like Michael White did not appreciate being shoved off the road, even though that really wasn't Ashley Elliott's fault. They go into the wall and block the track that leaves all the oncoming traffic without too many options. Jenny Lamar, Justin Parker, and Randy Robinson also amongst the people collected. And here you see the gap that Jamie Flock has over Giuseppe Focasato, now in second place. More problems for Alex Carson. The number 8 breaks down, and Carson parks the car at the side of the road. And Jamie Flock pulls out to an insurmountable gap, leading every single lap to claim his second win of the year. Looking at the point standings for the Sport Modifieds, Patrick Carpino is still on top, 26 points over Casey Campbell. Carpino, with his 2 wins this season, still has the upper hand over everyone else. Frank Zaro jumps all the way up into 5th place with his win today. And here are the Crown Modified standings. Jamie Flock holds a 47-point lead over Jamie Hartley. All 3 of our race winners this season, Jamie Flock, Jamie Hartley, and Alex Carson, hold the top of the standings. The next time the FARC Modifieds, presented by Calvert Ignitions, will be in action will be at the Walt Disney World Speedway in Orlando, Florida. And I'm sure all the younger drivers will be squealing at the top of their lungs over that.